All right, guys, welcome back. Make sure you like, subscribe. We're on Rumble, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X. Hit the notification bell so you can be up to date on everything. Today, we'll be going through a series of outrageous developments. There's a lot of news going on right now in culture, politics, global affairs, from Harvard hiring a drag queen as a professor and Netflix pushing progressive messaging to children to disturbing events in the Middle East. Shocking statements from Virginia's Attorney General nominee, and finally, the UK's bizarre policies around cousin marriages. So we have a video of, I have always been so confused with this chick. Her name is Bobby Althoff, I think, talking about how she wants to speak with Trump regarding, I believe, immigration.
All right, President Trump, if you're watching this, please keep watching. I am asking you to please sit down and have an interview with me. I think that perhaps you surround yourself with people who agree with you, and maybe you need to hear another perspective. And maybe I'm not the most educated person to offer that other perspective, but I do feel like, as someone who grew up very Republican, very conservative, very Christian, and as someone who has a lot of family members who also are that way still, I think that we can have a good conversation, and perhaps I can help open your mind to things that you are currently closed to.
Yeah, because when Trump isn't dealing with foreign affairs, and the world plotting against him constantly and trying to put him and his family and everyone that supports him in prison, he's usually scrolling on TikTok to see what's happening in pop culture with someone like Bobby. I like also how she was like, I'm not the most educated person to talk about this with. Okay. Well, okay, so maybe don't even have opinions on these things. I believe she was crying in a video because someone she knew or something was detained by ICE. And, of course, all the comments on this are like, thank you so much for using your platform. Yeah, no, what are they going to talk about? He's like, what is it like to be in bed with Drake and have a podcast? I'm sure you'd have some really great insight on this. The one thing I never understood about this girl is I was like, what level of industry plant is this? She literally came out of nowhere. I never saw her make content. She was some girl that was married to some nice, normal looking white dude, has a kid. And then all of a sudden, she's laying in bed with Drake, and she's doing the lazy version of very dry humor. Oh, I'm just going to be what? I don't get it. And none of it's funny. She's never said anything funny. The only funny clip I've ever seen was when she was interviewing the black female rapper, and she literally didn't know English and was asking her if she was an artist. And she's like, no, I'm a magician. The only funny clip, and it wasn't her talking.
So I'm a musician. Mm-hmm. What the f*** that mean? Make magic or something?
And I don't understand. And then it's so funny. She gets a little fame, she gets a little money and success. And what does she do? She divorces her husband and, probably barely takes care of her kid. And now she was begging Tyga. So I don't think of all the intelligent people Trump First of all, she acts like everyone around Trump is just yes. That's not how these things work at all. And I'm just well, clearly you have a lot of yes people around you because people told you were funny and allowed you to do a show this long. So you should figure out who you're surrounded by. But yeah, I'm sure when Trump is done with his Middle East affairs, he'd love to get on Bobby's podcast. We have Harvard and Netflix who have been woke, gone woke. Harvard is once again what the is happening at Harvard? They are once again under fire, this time for hiring a drag queen called LaWhore Vagistan as a visiting professor teaching courses under the gender and sexuality program. Why are those even courses? At the same time, Netflix promotes its own brand of left-wing activism with stars like Julia Fox, Marlon Wayans, turning film promotion into political messaging about masculinity. Some of the country's most important education and entertainment centers have been destroyed by left-wing politics, as we see all the time. We saw with Jimmy Fallon, all these people. So here's an image of drag queen LaWhore Vagistan. What are what are the standards for teaching now? I don't understand. Like, was this person doing drag every night on Santa Monica Boulevard, and then all of a sudden they were like, let me see what's going on at Harvard, and what's your education level that would give you a reason to be speaking there? I like how Harvard was like the school of the schools growing up. You'd watch the movies, everyone there just, suited head to toe, and now it's drag queen vagina. So we have a video of Jesse Waters commenting on the situation.
Navy's got some competition. Another drag queen's taking over Harvard. LaWhore Vagistan was just named the professor. Preferred pronouns, she and auntie. Auntie LaWhore Vagistan will be teaching a class on RuPaul's Drag Race, whatever that means. LaWhore is no stranger to college campuses. Here's them at the University of Michigan.
I know it's finals week. I know you're all stressed. Thank you for being here. My name is LaWhore Vagistan.
LaWhore Vagistan, welcome to Ann Arbor.
Drag doesn't have to be about makeup and dress. And sometimes drag is just about how we use our bodies to recalibrate gender and sexuality and race.
Jesse Jr. is going to be going to Yale.
I can't. Why it's so rare he breaks character. It's just like, what is that? Okay, I don't even know what's going on. Also, what's so funny? Like, they take something that's just like clearly weird. Like, you're just a dude with makeup and jewelry on, and it's all exaggerated, and they have like big fake boobs, and like your name is like a mocker. You're like mocking vaginas and women, but then they're like, it's actually like really complex. It's about like gender and like fluidity and identity, and it's like it's really not that complex at all. You're like literally just some freak dude who's on Santa Monica Boulevard at Rockies or whatever it is every night, and somehow you've managed to like push this into something that it's not, like something that I don't even know what this is. This is why I don't believe in kids going to school anymore. Is this like, what are they teaching them? Like, are they teaching them how to be strippers on Santa Monica Boulevard? Like, I don't know where you go from this. So we have an image showing the official hiring notice from Harvard. This drag queen is Indian for sure, right? Welcomes Kareem Kupachabadani as FO something, visiting associate professor. Oh, this person has like a real job now. So during his year at Harvard, he will be teaching 2 courses. He's going to have a hard time teaching these courses because those drag bars go late at night. Queer ethnography? What is that? Fall semester places? Okay. Shocking. There's spots still open. Don't worry, guys. Republicans should go sign up for these classes. Like, you should actually go sign up for these classes and like document literally everything going on. That would be insane. And also, how easy is it? You could literally write all your papers. I didn't go to college. I don't know how this works, but you could do it just making fun of them, and somehow it'd probably still be able to pass and still work. And then RuPolitics, Drag Race, and Desire. Okay, so do these kids get like they get credits for taking these things? Like, they're taken seriously? Oh God. This is why no one even knows how to do taxes. Great. Congrats on your success, Mr. Kupachabadani, aka I don't know, drag pussy monster or whatever your name was. I mean, what's the point of school anymore? I don't even understand. Oh, this is funny. So of course, when you go through it, all of them, extremely left-wing and tons of anti-white rhetoric, which actually I was listening to Matt Walsh the other day. He was talking about how they're all saying like replacement theory isn't real, when over the past couple of years, all they've pushed is like white people are all evil and we should like literally eliminate the white race. And then they're like, but when people talk about it and we show the statistics of us declining, they say that it's all fake. So we have a white fragility author. We know who that is. I think Matt Walsh interviewed that psychopath. Brittany Cooper said white people are committed to being villains. Great. So you seem completely unbiased. Trans activists who celebrated a cop killer, pushes land acknowledgements. Yeah, no, that's all on brand. Critical race theory pioneer and DEI activists. God, you don't even have to you just already know who these people are. You can make all this up. And then you have some of Robin DiAngelo's quotes. A positive white identity is an impossible goal. White identity is inherently racist. Everything about these people is just anti-white. Do you not think it's also kind of weird? I'm a little bit more different on the scale, but I'm like, do normal white people, even if you just work a normal job, you're not involved in politics, do you guys see all this? And do you think I don't know, like, is this normal? I don't like this. I find this kind of offensive. Like, every other group in America gets to be catered to and gets to be offended on behalf of everything. And when I say every other group, I don't really mean that. I kind of only mean Black people in America, to be fair. I don't really hear, like, Mexicans or Asians really screaming, except for the ICE raids recently. But that's their own thing. And, you know, I'm sure they have a couple fair points, but I disagree with it. But I'm just like, do you guys not see when they talk about, like, white people being all evil, inherently racist? Like, where's even the pushback from the liberals? I mean, I believe the liberals are the most racist people in America. But I'm just like, where's the pushback of, like, does no one finds this weird? Nothing at all? They're just like, no, these people are great. We should give them huge platforms. We should continue to talk about how all white. And then the crazy part is use their own logic against them. If these people say that all white people are racist and there's nothing we can do, it's inherent, we're born that way. Well, then, okay, so why do you get mad when we're racist then? That's why I'm like, why don't we just play the own game with them? So just be like, okay, well, this is literally who I am. This is how I was born. So when I say things or do things, you should just know that's who I am and you should be totally okay with it because I can't change who I am. Right? No, they don't like that. They don't like when they play your own little game, okay? So we have a video of Julia Fox. She's such an idiot. And Tyreek Withers and Marlon Wayans, oh gosh, who I love, on the conversations about masculinity in their new movie, Him, and why it's important.
I think the youth needs to hear what real men are. I think there's there's masculinity.
But what are real men?
Right. To me, a real man is a responsible man.
Because every time a man does some fuck shit, they'll be like, that's not a real man. And it's like, looks like a man to me.
I think a real man is in touch with his feminine
looks like a duck
side,
and it walks like a duck.
I mean?
Yeah.
I think a real man is knows how to unstrap from his ego.
I don't know. I think the real man thing is just a thing like that people invented to like excuse bad behavior. You know?
Yeah,
like all men are real men.
Said like a real man.
Period.
Yeah,
Say how it is.
I think, I think being, like, to further add on what she's saying, I think there's this false narrative of what real men do, and I think it's tied into, privilege and masculinity. And I think exploring that in films is important because, we're raising these young boys to be men, and we can go that extra step to educate boys and on that journey of how to, tap into the femininity, the vulnerability. That way we can further protect women.
I know who she is for a stupid reason. Who's the other guy? Marlon's like one of the biggest, like the biggest, most successful, and also like funniest actors. Also, is he not a writer? Didn't they do the Scary Movie films, White Chicks, like all of that? Insanely talented, successful. The way he was looking at her, I think he's, first of all, like, the brothers are two of my favorite. I would have been like, hey, bitch, could you shut the up for a second so I can finish what the I'm saying? Like, that's how he's looking. Hey, whore. Hey, dominatrix whore. Why don't you shut your mouth? This is why all men are cucked and hate you guys, and we don't do shit for you guys anymore, because you can't just shut the up for 5 seconds during an interview. I'd be like, you know who's the biggest one here? Me. First of all, that bitch is like a whore for a living and was like a dominatrix, was banging Kanye. I like how she's the face of the women's movement. The girl who doesn't have a real job, has a kid that she apparently raises in a house with a bunch of gay dudes, according to her, hates all men. And I'm like, first of all, who's even giving this psycho roles? But I love how his response was actually a classic, fantastic response. Everything he said was true. He was eloquent about it. I thought it was beautiful. And then as he's trying to say that, you have the woman who just can't shut the up for 5 seconds because she just has to make an opinion and has to put men down. The same bitch who has no probably father present in her kid's life. Shout out to that kid. He's going to have a tough life. And the same way, all men are bad. Well, they weren't bad when you were accepting those Birkins. Whore. They weren't bad then when you were on TikTok being like, I actually have 3 Birkins, and you share an apartment because no man wants to be in your life, okay? That's why, because you're insufferable to be around and you can't just shut up. That's all you have to do. You want men to like you? just stop talking. And I'm like, you're dressed like a tranny whore from like the 1500s. What are you doing sitting next to such an incredibly talented man? He's so much better than me. This is like, you watch this and you're like, I feel like I'm watching fucking Jubilee. Like, this is a preview for a movie coming out. You don't even know what the movie's about. The movie could be about anything. Is this like the fifth Get Out? Is this like a new movie about dinosaurs in space? You don't even know, because they're doing like activist bullshit. It's so exhausting. It's so exhausting. What was she was like? She was in Uncut Gems. She's like, I was like his muse. Like, that's what you're famous for. She was also the one that wanted to live in a city that only women were gonna live in the city. And I was like, oh yeah, I made a video. I was like, who's gonna build it, bitch? Yeah. So quick to hate men until you need them for everything, right? Need them to pay your rent, buy your Birkins, build your little gay lesbian town you want to live in. Funny how you shit on men for all of that. And you're sitting it's funny, you're sitting next to an incredible man who is great and talented and clearly respectful, and you still treat him like shit. You cut him off, you don't let him finish talking. He's better than me. That movie's probably gonna suck. I'll still see it in respect for him, but God, why is she in anything? She looks like the Adams wife, Morticia. Jesus. The movie's called him, I guess. A lot going on in the Middle East. A Syrian British citizen armed with a knife murders 2 people outside a UK synagogue. I believe this was, Yom Kippur. Showing the continuing terror threat in Europe. Amid all the darkness, there's one sliver of good news. Hamas is agreeing to release hostages under a peace deal. So the image of the knife-wielding terrorist accused of killing 2 people outside a UK synagogue on Thursday is believed to be, this is his name, Jihad al-Shami, a British citizen of Syrian descent. Because, first of all, his name is Jihad. Not exactly a common British name. Okay? It's crazy. It's like your name literally being Allah Akbar. So we have a video on this.
The man who carried out the Manchester synagogue terrorist attack has been named by Greater Manchester Police as 35-year-old Jihad al-Shami, a British citizen of Syrian descent. I'll read that to you again. The man who carried out the Manchester synagogue terrorist attack has been named by Greater Manchester Police as 35-year-old Jihad al-Shami, a British citizen of Syrian descent. That's his picture on your screens right now.
Syrian, Muslim, attacked during Yom Kippur. Name is literally Jihad. And apparently, to add to the story, he was out on bail for. So we have an image showing another case of in the UK. So a Middle Eastern man named Jihad committing a terrorist attack while on bail for. Sounds like a fictional story someone made up, but no, this is the UK. So while he did all of this, he was on bail. Why is there bail for? Like, that's kind of crazy, no? I like how when Trump was talking crap on everybody running the UK, they were like, oh, really? Because you're like racist and hate Muslims. And then it's like right after that, they're like, so we're reporting 1 per hour in the UK. And I'm like, well, that's a good stat. That's a statistic to be proud of. I don't really know where this gets better. Because I was watching, as I like to watch documentaries on the Middle East, as I do to further my hatred for all these people. And it's crazy because they're like, oh, you think, a lot of people think that they're all illegals. I'm like, no. A lot of them are born in the UK and they go to places in the Middle East to literally become radicalized, get trained for ISIS, and then come back, which is so insane because I'm like, I know this is probably like violating their personal, I don't care about their personal bullshit, but I'm like, maybe we should keep track of the people who are like known extreme Islamists in these places. And when they're going to Afghanistan for vacation for 9 months, we should probably keep track of that and maybe watch them a little bit closer. Because people are so quick to be like, oh, they were like legal, all this. No, most of them are citizens. They're raised there. They grow up there. They go back to places in the Middle East, become radicalized, join these places, and then come back and then do terrorist attacks. That's what everything I've been watching is saying. Anyone with that name should be on some sort of watch list. We have an image showing why Qatar is not, I'm going to get a lot of love for this. An image showing why Qatar is not our ally, and they're funding a lot of this terror. So I mean, this is a conversation online that's happening all the time. And there is a documentary I need to watch this week. I believe it's about, I'm going to get the name and I'll come back to you guys, but it's about how Qatar is funneling so much money into America and especially the school systems to obviously push their agenda. I mean, they're behind a lot of funding of a lot of this activism going on, which is so funny. Everyone's always accusing Israel of doing this. And it's funny, the people that are constantly hating on Israel never seem to talk about any Qatari money that's flowing in. And there's a lot of it, and it's very, very corrupt. And we know what agenda they're pushing. And look, it's all going through the universities, and that's what's happening. That's why look at what's happening on the universities. You see kids walking around. I've been watching like Fauda 24/7, and I'm just like, every time I watch it, I'm like, after you've like been to Israel and you've seen these things, and we've seen raw footage and the body cams off terrorists and all this stuff, when you are educated on this and you've seen the horrors of it, and then you see white kids in America wearing keffiyehs, I don't think a normal person actually understands how insane that is and how genuinely offensive it is. Like, you are just an idiot. But yeah, Qatar's not our ally. They're funneling all this, and they're funneling it with tons of money. It's going into our school systems. And genuinely, they're just better at hiding it. They're better at hiding it. They're better at not getting accused of it as well. They were offering to fly a bunch of influencers over there because they wanted to talk to them about our politics. And I'm sure they would have, paid us a lot of money. So that's what's going on with that. And we can't trust them. We have a video of Leland Bittert recalls the chilling conversation he had with a Palestinian suicide bomber. This is nuts.
A woman in Gaza, she had pulled a pot of boiling water over herself when she was like 5 or 6 years old. The Israelis treat most of the people out of Gaza who have really horrific burns, catastrophic medical injuries. She goes back to Gaza after being treated for 4 or 5 years in Israel, but has a pass to get in and out of Israel, which very few people in Gaza did at the time. So she gets recruited to be a suicide bomber. This is in the second Intifada, so mid-2000s. And there's the video of her coming to the checkpoint to get into Israel wearing her suicide vest. And she'd been given 3 target options by the Alaska Martyrs Brigade: a bus, a cafe, or the hospital that had treated her and saved her life. She chose the hospital that had treated her and saved her life. She gets to the checkpoint. They discover that she has a bomb, or they really think she does. She tries to detonate it. It doesn't go off. She gets thrown in jail. Again, the Israelis treat her. They help her with her burns.
The Israelis are better than me because this is actually so common. A lot of people don't understand this because the Israelis are obviously significantly more intelligent. They're the ones that are the high-level doctors and surgeons. So when they get injured, they have to go literally have their lives saved by Jews. And then after the Jews save their lives and Israelis, they go right back to trying to kill them. And there's no people where they're from that are even capable of that, because education is not exactly, and school system is not really what they cater to there. And I'm like, yeah, not even surprised. Of all the things I watch and all the things I read, I'm like, yeah, no, that sounds about right. And what do you expect from a group of people that also send their children into buildings knowingly that they're gonna die? They don't. This is the difference. When I was in Israel, you really see, like, you're talking about a group of people, they do not value human life. And even more than that, they believe that dying is an honor. They're proud to die. They want to die. They send their children to die like it's nothing. I watched the raw footage from October 7th. They're cheering and like crying. They're so happy. Like, we did it. We killed Jews. We killed all the Jews. Mom, Dad, how proud are you? Like, these are like, these people are demonic. Truly, truly demonic. That's why I don't even agree with the negotiations happening. We have an image showing Hamas agreed to release all hostages under peace deal. So I wonder what's the left going to say about this? So if this happens, the peace deal, they release the hostages, the war chills down for a little, which, hey, not going to be that long, okay? Because these people will not stop. They won't stop killing people. They won't stop attacking Israel. They won't stop killing Jews. They won't stop bombing themselves and other people. It's literally never going to stop. Peace in the Middle East doesn't exist. But it'll tone down for a little bit. Does that mean that will they give Trump credit? Did Trump stop the genocide? So I'm excited to see how the liberals are going to spin this very good news. I can't believe we still have hostages there. I can't even imagine what shape they're in because it's been so long. But obviously, it's a positive. I'm just, I'm going to tune in to see how the liberal media spins this. We have Jay Jones threatens violence against Virginia's Democratic Attorney General nominee. He's caught talking, this is crazy, posting disturbing tweets about killing Todd Gilbert. The scandal escalates as Trump calls for his resignation at the least. And conservative voices like Matt Walsh deliver blistering responses. Resignation is the least thing you can happen. So these are texts that were leaked. And I will go to their funerals to piss on their graves. 3 people, 2 bullets, Gilbert, Hitler. Okay. There's these people are so evil. How they get into such positions of power is literally insane. And you know what's so funny? How many Democrats have seen this? All of them. How many of them have denounced it and called for his resignation? 0. But we have a video explaining the situation more.
We start with breaking news from the campaign trail.
Jay Jones is under fire tonight.
Jay Jones is under fire.
Jay Jones is under fire after messages he sent in 2022 saying former Virginia House Speaker Todd Gilbert should be shot.
I'm excited about this ticket.
It's been great to be out on the campaign trail with Jay Jones.
You said Gilbert's wife could watch her own child die in her arms so that Gilbert might reconsider his political views.
We deserve an attorney general who will stand up for the people of Virginia.
Jones said, quote, Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head.
Let your rage fuel you.
Jones doubled down, saying, quote, do I think Todd and Jennifer are evil and that they're breeding little fascists? Yes.
How can Virginians trust a man who said something so horrific, so callously?
Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy.
So pretty much the whole campaign is, the woman was even calling for violence. She was like, bring the heat. So pretty much the whole campaign is, I think we should just kill my opponent. Starting to really see this violence from the left, you guys. We should make a clip about and just combine all the Democrats calling for violence against Republicans and conservatives, but the clip would be 10 years long. So we have an image showing Trump's response. This is what he said. You guys can read it. I don't understand. These those texts are so. If I sent those texts, people would be a little shocked. And I've said everything horrible there's to ever say about anyone and everything. But I'm just like, you can't be threatening to kill people and their babies and then be in a position of power government. And then also, once you're in that power, I would hope at some point there's a little bit unbiased going on. But I'm like, no, you believe everyone with a different opinion should die. And I'm like, and then so funny, the same people on the left will be like, they'll all defend him. That's what's crazy. None of them will speak out against this. And then after someone, another person will get shot and they'll be like, why do you guys are so violent? We have to figure out the gun situation. It's like, well, it's not because you constantly compare us to Hitler and call for violence to your mentally ill fan base. Is it? No. We also have an image of Matt Walsh's response. He's always quite good at these responses. No, he's right. I'm sure actually every Democrat is a horrible person and agrees. And I'm sure they're probably like, wow, glad it wasn't me, but good for him for having the balls to stand by it. And yeah, they just, they do. They fantasize about murdering us and they have no value for children or children's lives, which is why they're all pro-choice. So not really much else there. This is it. It's us versus them. Told you guys for a long time. In better news, we have first cousin marriages are approved. Prime Minister Keir Starmer blocked a ban, so he wants it, on first cousin marriage, with defending it as culturally normal. The NHS even then released after a bizarre report on the benefits of cousin marriage after a massive public backlash. So we have a video of the UK Prime Minister reiterating that he blocked a ban on first cousins marriage, and they're proud of that. So.
A marriage between first cousins carries significant health issues, many of which aren't even knowable until post-birth. When practiced generation after generation, there is a significant multiplier effect. In addition, the real impacts for the openness of our society and women's rights in our country are also significant. After all, there are significant dynamics in sharing the same set of grandparents. On Friday, this government has a choice to let my bill go through to ban first cousin marriage to committee stage. Will the Prime Minister think again before instructing his whips to block this legislation?
Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, we've taken our position on that bill. Thank you. That completes Prime Minister's questions.
He's like, actually, we like it. Go ahead and sit back down. Everything you said is completely irrelevant. Is this because they're scared of being called racist? Also, huge win for the whites, because we've been called cousin f***ers for how long, and now the tide is really turning on this one. I'm pretty sure the last thing I was reading was the whole point is, like, I'm pretty sure the UK has a bunch of migrants coming in from what I believe I saw was Pakistan. And because they're so inbred there, what's happening is the kids are born with all these horrible birth defects and they're not able to function and be in society. So they have to be taken care of by the government for the rest of their life. And guess what that's doing? Straining the government, straining the money. That money's being taken away from the people of the UK because you have to take care of these gremlins for the rest of their lives, and it's horrible and it's sad. And also, like, I'm sorry, you should be in jail if you're knowingly doing something which is weird. How about that? And gross. Like, maybe don't be inbred. That would be a start. Maybe if you're doing something knowing you're gonna be giving birth to this little, messed up thing, then, like, you should be in jail. If that thing's born and has to suffer for the rest of its life because of you, you should go to jail. But no, they're like, yeah, smoking's bad and sugar actually can lead to cancer, but you know what? Marry your cousin, because that's totally okay. Those two things will kill you. This one's for sure something's coming out of you that is not meant to be like that. But no, that's, we have a video of him saying actually why it's really good, and we should encourage this.
Practice continues to be so widespread. An estimated 35 to 50% of all sub-Saharan African populations either prefer or accept cousin marriages, and it is extremely common in the Middle East and in South Asia. The reason the practice is so common is that ordinary people see family intermarriage overall as something that is very positive, something that helps build family bonds and helps put families on a more secure financial foothold.
I mean, you could build your family up without your siblings. People tend to do it quite successfully in California, specifically Los Angeles. They seem to go out and find people they're not related to and build families and businesses quite well. And the kids aren't coming out looking like E.T. either. So this is, I don't know. We went from just like the normal things are bad to actually marry your cousin and, have a gremlin. And this is actually really all great. We have a video about the NHS removing controversial report on benefits of first cousin. First cousin's crazy. They should have started defending this at like second or third, which is even just weird too. But we have a video on this.
Mohsin Akhtar is 17 years old and lives with his family in Bradford. He's the second of 6 children. He's blind, he can't walk properly and needs round-the-clock care. Mohsin's younger sister Hina is 13. She's the Akhtar's 4th child. Her sister Zainab is 11. Both sisters have inherited the same disease as Mohsin. They can neither see nor hear. All 3 children have an extremely rare genetic disorder called mucolipidosis type 4. Their bodies cannot get rid of waste products properly, affecting everyday brain function from vision to movement. The potential consequences of first cousin marriages are tragic and devastating. My grandparents are first cousins. 5 of their daughters died in childhood and 3 of my uncles were born deaf. At the time, no one knew why because the facts were not known. Today, the medical facts are established, but the practice continues.
Wait, can we talk about how crazy that ending was? Like, first of all, this is literally torture and a horrible life. And once again, they're going to be living off government benefits that's taking away from the people there who actually need it. And they're living in hell. Like, this is just suffering. They can't, go to the bathroom properly. They can't, speak, hear any of this. That's okay. Also, what the is the ending? She's like, oh, yeah, my parents were first cousins and 6 of my siblings have, horrific things wrong with them. If I was filming, I'd be like, sorry, what? Okay, well, why don't you bring your family on the next episode, too, and we can continue this, and then you guys can bring this into your parliament, whatever you guys have there. Why don't you wheel all of these people in there and be like, this is what it produces? Does this look like a strong family unit to you guys? No. Not at all. This looks like a hellhole, and those people should be, the parents should just be fucking sterilized. I don't know what this is. Apparently, Pakistanis over there are, just all inbred and retarded, 80% of them. That's what they're producing for the government to take care of. And you don't have to get mad at me, because those are statistics. You can go look those up. Pakistan, 65%. That's a lot. Saudi Arabia, 50%. Well, at least over there, they're all covered, so you can't see how f***ed up they look. Afghanistan, also covered up. Good, 40%. Iran, 30%. Same with even the, Iranian, Persians here. I'm like, you guys should, do some testing before you guys get too into these relationships. Make sure you guys aren't related either. Egypt and Turkey, 20%. Rural areas, rural areas, up to 80%. So... once again, good day for the whites. Don't see any, not a lot of white places on there. Even Turkey, not so much. In the West, less than 1%, you guys. We are beating them significantly. So this is a great day for the whites. For everybody else, I don't understand. But that's the thing. They go and, is this why they're, people so much? Because they're forced to have sex with their own cousins. So by the time they get out of the house, they're like, well, I'm just going to go the woman who's not my cousin that's white looking. Maybe we don't know. We have the Global Flotilla. Israeli naval forces intercepted and stopped 13 boats, drawing sharp international criticism. Supporters framed the flotilla, I can't even say that seriously, as a humanitarian mission, while critics argue it's a cover for pro-Hamas propaganda. Yes, of course it is, because the person pushing the propaganda is literally a special needs kid. Or, I don't know, Greta Thunberg looks fucking 14 and 40 at the same time, so I actually don't even really know how old she is. For people who don't know what this is, they created a flotilla. They're mostly white looking pro-Palestine people, and they're going over to Israel. It's like activist bullshit. She does this all the time. She does her little stunts of activism because they had to put a special needs person up there because no one else would be stupid enough to do any of these things on the left. And then they think because we're on the right, we won't criticize her. The I will. No one's off limits. And they've been broadcasting live feeds. It's probably all funded by Hamas, realistically, because Hamas, they have tons of GoPros over there. So we have an image showing how many boats were captured, kidnapped at sea for defying the siege. I don't know. We have a video of the Israeli naval forces delivered before intercepting and boarding several of the flotillas.
We repeat, this is the Israeli Navy. You are approaching a blockaded zone. If you wish to deliver aid to Gaza, you may do so through the established channels. Please change your course toward the port of Ashdod, where the aid will undergo a security inspection and then be transferred into the Gaza Strip. Attempting to reach the Gaza Strip via sea while breaching the naval blockade violates international law and poses a direct security threat to Israel and its citizens. You are instructed to change your course. Any further attempt to sail toward Gaza endangers your safety and places you within an active war zone. If you continue on your route and attempt to breach the naval blockade, we will stop your vessel and act to confiscate it through legal proceedings in court. You bear full responsibility for your actions.
Yeah, no, that's actually how it works all over the world. You're not allowed to just cross borders for fun when you like it, when you're doing your little activist mission. You're not allowed to just go into random oceans. There's not international law there. They literally said, if you want to do this, no problem. This is what you're going to do. And clearly they're like, we will help you to do that. But they're once again, this is the liberal thing. They're I cannot believe that there's laws and consequences for these things. Yes, this is literally how the world works. They were like, you are not allowed to just do whatever you want. You're also in an active war zone. They're literally trying to protect you. That's how stupid these people are. Israel's better than me. I would have just nuked all of them. So I would have been like, yeah, enjoy that flotilla. Hope you enjoy sinking to the fucking bottom of it. And then, I mean, it's just insane. And now they're like, oh, we're being held against our will. An article came out today that said Greta Thunberg was like upset because the surface she was sitting on was really hard. And she had to sit on it for a long period of time. I was like, well, take him to Gaza. You'll be sitting on something else. Not going to be probably what you think it is. But I'm just like, what? It's so annoying. Israel could do the coolest thing. It's like, help them to Gaza. Let them go there. It's like, we could just do the funniest thing ever, even though they probably end up dead. But I'm like, I hate that we have to be like so political about it. And we have to be like, no. And apparently they're like being held there. I'm like, yeah, the same way if I like floated over to like Korea or Japan, they would also fucking hold me because it's literally illegal. But all the liberals are loving it. Antifa is training to fight MAGA. How's that going?
I bet you didn't know that we have a queer fight club right here in Oklahoma City. And I bet you also didn't know that we're about to celebrate 1 full year of this very successful community self-defense program. Now, some members thought we should do a Jean-Claude Van Damme Kumite style type of event, but that didn't quite make it out of plan.
BMI in that room is extremely high. I like how not one of them is in shape. Not only is first of all, they all have masks on. Insane. Not only are the people throwing the like jabs fat and out of shape, the people holding the things are fat and out of shape too. I'm like, where are you guys holding like this? If this is, I would $1 billion. This is in Portland. This has got to be in Portland or Seattle. This is so funny. That's why, who was it? Even Dave Smith made a joke, and he was like, you guys act like you want war with MAGA. And I was like, we would decimate you. MAGA people are the ones that eat healthy. They're not on 19 SSRIs, fat, crying at coffee shops because someone got their order wrong. They own gyms. They go to gyms. And I'm like, by the way, we have guns, and we know how to use them. Like, honestly, I support a full-blown war in America, us against them. Let's go. Let's leave our houses. It's like Crips and Bloods. You guys wear blue, we wear red, and let's just see who comes out on top and takes the fucking country back, okay? As you're like so fat, you're probably gonna like, first of all, you've all had so many vaccines, half of you are gonna die probably immediately anyways. The second your heart rate goes up, you're gonna be flat on the floor. The other half of you are probably gonna be out of breath just trying to get down the street. You're not gonna have weapons, and you can't throw a punch. So if you guys really want war in America, the way you constantly rage about it, then honestly, I'm down. Let's fucking go. Let's do this. I'm in. God forbid all the coffee shops will be fucking closed that day, but I think we can survive and move forward on this plan. Jesus. Just a bunch of fat idiots. That's literally all this is. Oh my God. It's like, I like the fat girl who's like, oh. And it's like, oh my God, you're literally, you know the meme I'm talking about? That it's like, no, we want to defend pedophiles. And it's like the fat guy going like this. And he's like, oh, that's literally, every time there's a meme, months later, that shit becomes reality. It's like literally real. No, I don't want the pedophiles to go to jail. All chubby, all unattractive, all look like they get paid $150 a day to go to protests. The women look like men. The men look like women. Unreal. But you know what? Let's go. I'm fine with war. Honestly, at this point, I'm down. We would win. It would be a 1-hour war. That would be it. Throw Greta in the front. She can be the little one that, the one they send out first when they don't really care about dying, that has like the flag, and their flag can be like, it'll be like the trans flag, the Palestine flag, all of those. Antifa can make a flag, and then she can like go out first with her little Lord Farquaad autistic haircut. Sign me up. Sign me up, guys. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. That's what I say. This is Fight Club? Yeah. This is like the Fight Club for autistic fat people. Beautiful. Idiocracy, you guys. It's on Netflix. I can't believe people haven't seen Idiocracy. I think it was made in 2005. It's on Netflix now, so you can watch it if you didn't boycott Netflix by now. Man, everything they said was going to become true. It's fucking true. All of it. The way they predicted everything in that movie. Unbelievable. Good thing they weren't on the flotilla. They would have fucking sank it within the first 30 minutes. So I bet they were filming this like an LGBTQ center. They were like, we got a big night, you guys. We're gonna do Antifa training. So everybody, when you're done at Intelligentsia, show up no later than 5:30 p.m. Okay, we're gonna be training. Wear loose clothing. Make sure everyone's fully vaccinated. You got to wear a mask too. So fun stuff. Well, thank you guys for watching. It's been another amazing week in America. Also, not so great of a week in the UK, per usual. But make sure you like and subscribe on everything, and we will see you very soon. We will see you, and we will have hopefully more Antifa training videos.